Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Legendary Leaders. I am your host, Katrina Jameson. I'm the founder of Legend Leaders, where we arm business leaders with the strategies they need to live life on their terms, a legendary life. We're in the month of October. It is my favorite season. We are kicking off fall. I love fall. I love the change of the leaves and all the things that come with it. And so I thought it would be very appropriate to combine my favorite season and one of my favorite topics. And that topic is starting your own business. And so that's what we're going to move through the month of October is answering all things related to, should I start my own business? You know, the individuals that I work with on a one-to-one basis are primarily, not all, but primarily are women in the corporate world who are working through and being successful in the corporate world and then trying to decide if they want to start their own businesses. And so inherently, I get asked quite a bit, Katrina, should I start my own business? And so I want to answer that question for you today. I want to help you decipher and decide if starting a business is right for you. And then through the rest of the month, we're going to tackle the other pieces and components of starting a business. How would you start a business? What's the research that you would need to do? What are some of the questions you need to ask other people? And how do you prepare for that? So all of the big rocks we're going to tackle this month, the month of October. So I'm super happy to have you here. Glad that you're going to make this journey with me in the month of October as we move through fall. And that said, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic. Should I start my own business? It's a great question. On one hand, it may feel super exciting, right? Woohoo, I'm going to start my own business. And you're dreaming of all the things that you're going to have. You're laying by the pool, you're hanging out, you're living this good life. You know, you don't even know what all the good life means. You just know that you feel free and you feel amazing and you're happy and you're living the life that you deserve, right? That's what you probably think about when you think about starting your own business. On the other hand, you may also think about, oh my gosh, there's all these unknowns. I can't predict all of these things. How would I start my own business? I don't know that I'm qualified, right? And we either go ditch to ditch, right? We either go to the pleasure side of all the wonderful things that we could have, or we go to the fear side of, oh my gosh, there's too many unknowns. I don't know that I can handle that. The safety of my job today is much better than the unknowns of owning a business. And I will tell you that you will go through all of those emotions at any point and throughout the life of your business if you decide to start one and run one. Okay, so let me get that out in the open right now. Do not worry or think that you are the only one who focuses on the pleasure and then stresses about the fear. That's human nature and we all do it. Okay, so let yourself off the hook. Now, let's dive into the 3 questions that I consistently ask clients when they're talking about or pondering the idea of starting their own business. And these are questions that I've put out in other episodes, but I'm compiling them again here, putting a little twist on it, just again to get your mind right and empower you to think about, is a business right for you? And the first question I really want you to answer, and you must answer, it's critical. You've got to answer this question no matter what you do. Whether you decide to stay in your day job, whether you decide to start your own business, the answer to this question is going to guide you through a lot of decisions you're going to make in your life. And you need to know it. And so the question is, why? Now, in this particular topic, the question is, why would you start your own business? What is your why? You know, for me, my why is I want to serve and I want to take care of my family, right? I want to provide the freedom that comes with the entrepreneurship, the owning my own business, the legacy that my kids could take on if they so choose, right? Those are my whys. And so when life gets hard and business gets hard, because I've been doing this for 4 years now, when it gets hard because not every day is easy, period, it doesn't matter what business you're in, my whys anchor me and allow me to continue to move through. And I can achieve my why through my business. If I can't achieve my why through my business, then I'm in the wrong business. I'm doing the wrong thing. And so that's the first question you must ask yourself is, what is your why? Why do you do the things that you do? What is your purpose for getting up every day? What does that look like? What will motivate you and move you forward even on the toughest day? What is that motivation? What is your why? You need to ask that question. It's number one, why? Number two, what matters to you? What is it that you would do that really delivers on your sense of purpose? So, for example, my sense of purpose is I want to teach, I want to train, I want to help. I want to help entrepreneurs take their business to the next level. I want to help corporate leaders be better leaders for their team, right? I want to improve business across that scope. That is what matters to me. That's my purpose. And I get up every day loving the fact that I get to do it. What is your purpose? Maybe your purpose is to start a nonprofit. Maybe your purpose is to travel the world and touch different lives with whatever it is you're going to do in your business. What matters to you, right? And then number three, what will you regret? This is a really important one. When you're looking back on your life and you're looking at all the things that you've done, the life that you've lived, what do you want to be able to say about your life? What are some of the experiences that you want to have had? The memories that you want to have created? The legacy that you want to leave? What are those things that if you don't do those things, you will feel like you did not live your life as intended? Now, that's a powerful question. All three of those questions are powerful, but you can see, no doubt, how all three of them go together. You can't just ask one. You've got to ask all three, because when you put them together, then what you're going to do is sit down and look at the answers. And you're going to say, okay, well, here are my answers. Here's my why. Here's what matters to me. And here's what I must do, or I'm going to regret it if I don't. And if I line up all these pieces, then this points to starting a business, right? There's no other way around it. In order to achieve all three of these things, starting a business is going to allow me to do that, right? Could also be the fact that you're going to look at your answers and it's going to be, well, starting a business or staying in my day job. Either way, I'm going to be able to achieve these. It's pretty powerful situation that you're sitting in now, because then you get to have a choice and you decide. The first one is there is no choice. I must. The second situation is I have a choice, but you need to make a choice. You must decide. You need to make it a must and then decide and move forward. Okay? If both will achieve it, then do both, right? Have a side hustle and then keep your day job if that's possible. And then last but not least, you may sit down and look at the answers to these questions, and it may be, no, owning my own business will not fulfill me. It will not allow me to achieve these three things. That's not the path for me. But boom, you're done. And the most powerful thing that will happen to you after you answer these three questions and assess them is that now you have a pathway. There's no wondering. There's no scratching your head and thinking, well, but maybe I should have. Now you can live your life and not have those regrets, because you know what matters to you. You know what your why is. You know what you would regret. And now you are intentionally creating your pathway to live life to the fullest. You're intentional. And when you start a business, or you want to start a business, you must be intentional. So let's start it off correctly. Let's decide if this is your path or not. And this is the way that you do it. So my challenge for you today, whether you're thinking about starting a business tomorrow or 5 years from now, it doesn't matter. I want you to answer these questions, and I want you to figure out who you are relative to your why, your what, and your regrets. I want you to figure all of those three things out. And as you move through your life, these things are going to change. And so you need to sit down. I do it, every couple of months. So probably about every 3 to 6 months, I ask myself these questions again. And then I make pivots and adjustments where I need to. You need to do the same thing. Create a routine about coming back and answering these questions, because you're going to grow and change. And the regret that you have about not buying a house today is going to change when you buy a house. Now you're going to have a different regret. So what's that going to be? And the fun part is that you get to live your entire life living instead of creating regrets. And that's where I want you to be. And let's start with, should I own my own business or not? Should I start my own business? Answer the questions, build a routine around going back and answering the questions. I'm trying to talk too fast. I'm sorry. And then live your truth. Go and be you. Live the truth based on the answer to these questions. All right? I look forward to connecting with you next week. As always, go and be legendary.